Hey, okay. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Man, I finally can do me some content without being bothered. You know, telling this what that's why I'm taking advantage of it. Man, you think I'm not gonna take advantage where I can do some content and not be bothered, you know, telling yes, sir. Let me get me some content on out the way. Shit. So boys can know, hey shit, Travis do this shit too. You know, telling
If you really getting it how you
yeah.
say it,
Watch
hold
it
your
up.
watches up. I let them live, I'm back to getting it in.
Time
Them niggas
up.
time up. They ain't gotta ask me what it is. I throw mine up. Fine shit, ain't got no time to talk. It, bitch, I'm trying to fuck. Judge, fuck them. DA, fuck them. Free the real out the pen. I miss them, I love them. Hoes, fuck them. Niggas, fuck them. If they ever violated, fuck them. Let they mama love them. My team winning. My teeth hitting. Recovered off a fumble, then I ran it up in.
Hey, yeah, he got whooped, bro. Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah, I got the content. I'm about to pull it up. Goddamn right, I got it.
Standing like I'm standing. You ain't gangster like I'm gangster. Applying pressure. You ain't no fat. You ain't got stripes. You ain't no tiger. Concrete jungle. You ain't no ounce. You ain't swagging like I'm swagging.
I got the content.
Bandana tied around my neck. The belt to me. Gucci bandana. Trapping a Jim Jones. Killer Cam. Joel Santana. You ain't no orders of bad words. Still in the trenches controlling traffic. You don't pull up and hop out solo. You ain't Mr. Louisiana. Hey, what's down, bitch? I'm out here. I'm Mr. Louisiana. Ooh, lost my train of thought. I fall back up on the attic. I tell a good girl I hear from the bed. She want me to be a daddy. Girl to be on the head with the strap. It's true when I turn it back. Ooh, judge, fuck them. DA, fuck them. Free the real out the pen. I miss them. I love them. Hoes, fuck them. Niggas, fuck them. If they ever violated, fuck them. Let their mama love them. My team winning. My teeth hitting. Recovered off a fumble, then I ran it up in minutes. Hoes, fuck them. Niggas, fuck them. Hold it down for my kids. I miss them. I love them. On the internet trying to build it. Acting like they don't fuck with us. Why? Heat the city up. Bitch, you know what up? In the strip and getting born, I'm about to heat this bitch back up. Who started saying I'm him? Could you remind this bitch again? Kodak on that broccoli. I'm a healthy kid. Who gon' act like they ain't catch it? Who's riding this bitch again? You in invisible handsets, front to the back, Mariah Carey. Mouth for moving, brass and platinum pop out. Everybody staring. Both beds, diamond cross the TOP and bottom bracket. When saw Kevin Sands, I could've bought a phantom. My noob is super bad and we be turning heads and trash off. Judge, fuck them. DA, fuck them. Free the real out the pen. I miss them, I love them. Hoes, fuck them. Niggas, fuck them. If they ever violated, fuck them. Let their mama love them. My team winning. My teeth hitting. Recovered off a fumble, then I ran it up in minutes. Hoes, fuck them. Niggas, fuck them. Hold it down for my kids. I miss them, I love them.
That's my new intro. Y'all got me fucked up. Yeah, every time I come on this bitch, y'all better get ready to hear that motherfucker. Yeah, that's my new motherfucking intro. Yeah, goddamn right. I think I'm gonna have the hardest intro ever on this bitch, because y'all come on this bitch weak than a motherfucker. Yeah, y'all come on YouTube weak than a motherfucker.
Like, I've never reacted to one of his videos. He's reacted. Welcome to another episode, everyone. Compton Ricc got put down to the ground, nearly got knocked out. His eyes rolled to the back of his head when this individual named KC put a three-piece on him. Apparently, according to folklore, Ricc was drunk.
What?
And popping it in the penitentiary and being a bully.
Oh,
this dude
man.
put him down. Now, Ricc
Not in
did
the
spin
penitentiary.
back and got his get back and squabbled this dude back down.
Hold on, not this tough ass nigga on the internet. Man, that nigga, y'all see that little white LowRider that nigga got? That nigga ain't got no candy on that bitch. Don't he got like black seats? Man, that nigga look like a broke ass hood nigga in that LowRider. Boy, you need to go put some money in that LowRider. Every Mexican they got a LowRider killing that motherfucker. I bet that bitch don't even hop up high in the air. Yeah, I bet your switches don't even work on that motherfucker. Yeah, you got your bitch ass beat up in jail with your weak ass nigga.
Perhaps we get into that as well. I've been doing a lot of serious content today. You got to be in a certain mood for that. So I figured let me get into something a little bit lighter. I need a laugh. I'm thinking I might get one here. So this is 16 to Life. Shout out to Chio, 16 to Life. I've never reacted to one of his videos. He's reacted to a few of mine. Why not? And this is KC, the individual who hit Ricc Rock 3 times and put him down in the penitentiary. Ricc Rock did a video about this himself.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen it yet, but I heard that he did it. He admitted this whole thing. And he did a reaction to this video, did Ricc Rock. I saw a piece of that earlier. And he admitted this. So
with his weak ass,
we can say that this has all been confirmed. Mm-hmm. But let's see what happened and why this went down with old Compton Ricc Rock. Shout out to Compton Ricc Rock as well.
Come on, man. And you telling me a nigga put you down in prison. You up in that bitch talking that shit, thinking you a bully and shit, and the nigga 3-piece your bitch ass and knock you out in that bitch. Come on, G. To where you had to go get yourself together and run another one. Man, boy, you's a hoe, boy. You better stop all that bully shit, all that talking that shit and stuff. You talk that shit and you can't even fight like that, boy. You can't, a nigga hit you too hard, you going down. So I already know if a nigga touch that chin, them knees about to buckle like a motherfucker. You can't even fight like that, and you be want to talk shit with that broke ass, that bullshit ass LowRider, nigga. You on this bitch capping with that motherfucking LowRider like that bitch clean. Yes, original, but that's probably it. You know what I'm telling you? You ain't do shit to that bitch. Go throw some candy on that motherfucker. Go spend $20,000-$30,000 on the inside, nigga, because that shit look boo-boo. Yeah, go put you some candy on that motherfucker, nigga, and do something. Because, see, you look like a broke-ass L.A. nigga rolling through that bitch, or a Compton nigga. Yeah, you look like a broke-ass Compton nigga riding in that motherfucking LowRider with that goddamn bullshit-ass paint job on it. Man, and you been had that bitch for a minute, too, so they was like, damn, everybody been waiting for you to do something with it. Yeah, everybody been waiting for you to do something with that motherfucker. They tired of seeing you representing Compton wrong in that motherfucker. Everybody else shit clean but yours, bitch ass nigga.
Compton Ricc Rock seemed like a strong dude, a good dude, bro. He don't bother nobody. He minds his own business. I like his
style. He didn't in jail.
And again, shout out to my guy Chill.
He didn't in jail.
Life. Go check out both of those channels.
We about to find out what he was doing in prison.
Not that they need my help.
That's why he humble now. That president, this nigga right here. This nigga right here humbled that nigga, because before that he didn't know he can be knocked out. But once he learned he can be knocked out, look how it done changed his motherfucking life. Yeah. Yeah, keep talking that shit. If I get close to you, bitch, I'm gonna change your life again.
Say, what's cracking, YouTube? It's your boy 16 to Life, and I'm back like I'm on a parole violation. Y'all damn. Y'all already know what it is, man. We back on another interview, man, and y'all see the title. Yeah, I almost knocked out Ricc Rock. So we got the homie KC in the house. What's going on, KC?
What's up? What's up, Big Chill?
Oh, man, I'm just chilling, man. Hey, it's good to holler at you again, too, man.
Hey, you too. Long time no see, man.
Most definitely. So everybody, if you keep up with Compton Ricc Rock's page, a couple of days ago, Ricc Rock did a story saying, I almost got knocked out. And he was naming a couple people who was there. And this is the man he said that almost knocked him out. Then he said, man, that was so long ago. He said, I don't know, man. KC might be dead. Who knows? Rest in peace, KC. The man had put you in the grave, gave you a funeral and everything, man. I said, oh, man, KC's still alive and kicking, man. So I said, let me reach out to KC and see if I can bring him on here, man. So here he is, man.
Yeah. I don't know why he put me in the grave so early.
So KC, how long have you been out?
Since 2013.
Since 2013, yeah, because that was a while ago. I think that was back maybe about 2001, 2002. So you remember Ricc Rock, right?
Yeah.
You remember the incident and all that old type of stuff?
I couldn't forget it if I tried.
Hey, so tell us, give us your version, because you told me a different version from what he remembered, right? So give me your version, man, of what happened.
Okay, Ricc Rock was Compton's finest, right?
Right.
And he's a good dude, but he had some bad, I would say, mentorship.
Right.
And
so he was down there trying to push a hard line, huh?
Yeah, he was, because a lot of people, you know how it go. People come to prison and other people pump them up, and they think they have to live the prison life that they think is prison life, but it's really not. And so he tried to become the bully on the yard, and no nonsense and all of that stuff. And he decided, because we were in the bakery, and all the prisons had became sugarless. So when there's no sugar in prison, in the bakery we had sugar.
Real sugar,
Real sugar. And people would buy sugar, and all the winemakers and lightning makers would buy sugar for $200 a pound.
Right.
So if you didn't have nobody sending you money, that's how we hustle. And
let me just stop you real quick and explain to people that's never been to prison. Like he said, man, the prison had became sugarless. They had took the real sugar due to people making Pruno, making white lightning. Dudes would get drunk, want to fight the police, want to fight each other, so on and so forth. If you haven't been to prison, you may not realize the importance of having real sugar, and then for your coffee, for the dudes who made tea and all types of stuff. So yeah, that was an extremely hot commodity. And where he was working in the main kitchen, not the kitchen building that's on the yard. He was working behind. They used to call it work exchange. He had to go back there, and that's where all the main foods was, and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, we would cook for the entire facility. And we had powdered sugar, and we had real granulated sugar. And all the winemakers would buy the sugar for $200 a pound. And Ricc seen us making money, and he decided that he wanted in on the sugar thing. So he told his homeboy out of Compton, from now on, when you get sugar, half of it belongs to me.
Ricc, boy, you a bully? This dude Ricc on there trying to bully these dudes.
Dumbass, nigga got his ass knocked out with your bitch.
Compton Ricc then came with some tactics, talking about half the sugar, half of it. Half the sugar belongs to you. Wow.
Oh,
so once again, Ricc was back there on his bully tip, huh?
Yeah, he was. He really was.
yeah.
And he came to me and he said, because his homeboy said, okay, I'll give you half of my sugar. And then he came to me and was like, from now on, when you get half, I want half of yours. Well, I'm old school. I can't do that. And I told him. And so one incident led to another. We went to pushing each other and talking. And I looked at him and I said, are you serious? And he said, yeah. I told him, let's go back in the cart wash. The food carts?
Right.
The cart wash back there where you wash the carts. I said, let's go back there. He said, no, get out where you get mad at. So he pushed me. I pushed him back. I looked at him and I said, are you serious? Mind you, Ricc is about 21, 22. He's about...
How many times you going to ask him, is he serious? He didn't already push you. It's time to fire it up then.
Mm-hmm.
Are you serious? Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
This was not a level 4 yard. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say this was not a level 4 180 yard.
Nah, they in the bakery or something.
First of all, you're not even pushing up on nobody. I don't care who you are. Not pushing up on nobody. Talking about I want half of your stuff in the kitchen. No, it's not happening on a level 4 yard.
Yeah.
All them dudes are too strong.
Yeah, I don't know what
it's
I'm
not
talking
happening.
about. Yeah, I'm
listening. You gonna get down, bro.
About. I ain't never
Quickly.
been to prison
with a weapon.
Yeah, I ain't never been. So I don't know
this was some. This was. I don't know. I don't know what yard this was.
I'm listening to y'all.
Not a 50-50 yard, and not a PC yard. But I'm saying it wasn't a level 4 180.
You know, tell it.
Okay, so they didn't push each other. All right.
6'1", I'm in my mid 50s.
Sorry to cut you off, but Ricc, he also had a nice little size on him back then too.
Oh yeah, he worked out. He was chunky. He was kind of, he was in shape.
Right.
If we had weights, Ricc probably would have had some 22-inch arms.
Yeah, he was a big youngster, and like you say, especially for the fact that we didn't have weights. All we had was dip bars, pull-up bars, and could do push-ups. Some dudes would make a big sandbag out of sand, but yeah, due to the fact that we didn't have no weights, he was extremely, he was a big dude.
Right. And I told him, I said, I can't do it. He pushed me, I pushed him back. He pushed me again. I said, "Are you serious?" And I pushed him. And I used to box. Okay. So when he came at me to push me again, I thought he was swinging. Now, anybody been to prison know how prison works. I hit him with a straight left jab, a straight right, and a left hook. That was it.
So you served him, and that's crazy, right? Because your name is KC, and so it's close to KFC. So you served him with the old KC 3-piece, huh?
So, left, right, left hook.
Oh,
And he went down.
uh,
He went down, his eyes rolled in the back of his head. Did he pass completely out? No. But his eyes rolled in the back of his head. He was, you've seen those fighters when they go down, they're not completely knocked out where they sleep, but they're down, they can't get back up.
But he was woozy,
And he was real woozy. And
so let me ask you let me ask you this. Let me interrupt one time more. So when he came talking about I need half of your sugar and all this and that. So before then, you and Rick Rock, y'all had a good rapport. So you kind of, that's why you kept asking him, "Are you serious?" You thought he was playing, right?
Yeah, we was cool.
Yeah.
We were really, we wasn't friends, but we was cool. We was cordial, polite to each other and all of that stuff. So when he did that, I'm like, he has to be joking. And his homie Payroll told him, said, "Hey man, he's not the one you want to."
Damn, this nigga didn't just listen. This nigga said he was 50 years old. So Compton Rick Rock was 21 trying to punk a 50-year-old nigga. And that nigga laid you on your pockets, G. Oh, we
do that too. I was with him on the 4-yard. All that dude do is fight. And Rick Rock told him, "Oh, you just scared of him." So when he did it, I did.
He said, "You don't want to do that." I was with him on the 4-yard. He referencing the 4-yard as to why you don't want to mess with this dude. So as I suspected, they're not on the 4-yard when this transpired. No way. Dude that come from a 4-yard. And that's why dude telling Rick Rock, bag up off of him. He's a level 4 killer. But Rick Rock didn't listen, so let's see what happened.
What I had to do, and it ended the way it did.
Right, because Rick Rock also said that, you used to hit the bag all the time. And I had forgot that. I had forgot that you used to hit the bag. He mentioned that Brick used to hit the bag a lot. I definitely remember Brick hitting the bag. But then once he said it, I did remember, okay, yeah, KC did used to go over there and hit the bag too.
Right. I used to train a lot of those guys that was in the gym. Because the gym was a free fall. You had to fight in the gym.
Right.
And so I trained a lot of guys in the gym, and and I tell everybody, once you know how to fight, you don't like to fight.
Right.
And a lot of those guys, when they went in and got in the fight, they was like, "You right, I don't like to fight," because if you know how to fight, when you fighting somebody, it's like fighting a high school kid, and it don't seem fair.
No bullshit.
Right.
So, and that's what happened with me and Rick Rock. And then later on, we talked about it, and he told me, he said, "I didn't know you used to box," and I said, "Yeah." And he asked me to train him. And so, I gave him a few pointers and watched him hit the bag and, gave him direction and stuff. But we became cool after that.
Right. And so KC, me and you, we was in the same building. We just so happened to be in the same building. And I don't know if you remember, I'm pretty.
Well, hold on, man. Because as I said, I seen a part of Rick Rock's video on this, just a part of. But Rick Rock said that they fought a second time, unless he's talking about somebody else. He can't be. He's in the same vein as him being almost knocked out. Rick Rock responded to that or reacted to it, did his own video in which he said it was a part 2 or something, in which he said, I think Chill did a few videos on it as well. But by all accounts, Rick Rock had returned fire. Rick Rock put it as if he said that he spun back and got his revenge. So this individual here, KC, is not saying that now at this point. So far, anyway, he's indicating like that was that. He knocked Compton Rick Rock down. His eyes rolled to the back of his head. And after that, they became buddy, and he began to teach Compton Rick Rock how to fight even and how to hit the bag and all this. Some old happy ending. Nah. Compton Rick Rock said he spun the block and went back and got his in. What's going on here? I'm gonna have to do some more investigation to see what happened with this squabble.
Nah,
seriously, I'm just saying, because unless I'm missing something, I could have swore Compton Rick Rock said he squabbled the dude back.
Nah, he did.
He's not saying that here. Let's see.
Sure you do. We used to play basketball together all the time too.
Yeah, I remember all of that. I remember you used to win all the little rap things on the yard. I remember everything.
Right. I used to clown you about your defense because sometimes you be out there.
I don't know what it is, but Compton Rick Rock said, "God damn it, they got another squabble in." So shit, unless he got knocked out again by somebody, telling you or something, telling you, it must be somebody else. Hey, this is a fucked up story right here, Compton Rick Rock. You done lied, talking about goddamn it, nigga knocked you out and you ran it back with him. Nah, this nigga say goddamn it, after he knocked your motherfucking ass out, goddamn it, shit, you wanted some pointers from him, goddamn it. He taught you how to hit the bag. You know what I'm telling you? Yeah. So shit, hold on, man. Somebody go get Compton Rick Rock. Miss Rose, how you doing, man? Somebody, hold on, man. Damn, man. God damn, I ain't trying to goddamn do all my contacts, dog. Somebody call this nigga ass, man. Somebody tell that nigga to call my phone, dog. Yeah, hey, look, somebody tag that nigga and tell that nigga my number is on the page. Tell him we need to call him to call in real quick. Cause I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, you about to get a DP. You about to get a DP like a motherfucker. All over some sugar. You gonna lie on the motherfucking internet and say, God damn it, you gonna tell us some real shit, but at the end of the day, you gonna add your little sauce up in it, and you doing all that motherfucking content over there, bitch ass nigga. And you trying to make everybody else look soft, but you the soft ass nigga. Yeah. I know why you ain't got no candy paint on that motherfucker. I know why you didn't deck it out. Cause you know them niggas would have snatched your little puss ass up out there, bitch, with your good lying ass, hoe ass nigga. I'm glad that old nigga whooped your motherfucking ass, because after that ass whooping, you changed your motherfucking life, bitch ass nigga. You don't want to sell no dope no more and go to prison. Yeah. You don't want to sell no dope no more and go to prison. Cause you know it's niggas down there that'll put you to sleep, bitch ass nigga. Hoe ass nigga, get your bitch ass out the internet.
You intertwine basketball and football by the way you play that. For y'all that don't know, KC is probably about 5. I would say KC is maybe about 5'6", and he probably was maybe about 225 back then. Real stocky, had got a little weight on him, but he was still strong and stocky and short to the ground. So yeah, bro, KC was pretty strong. I didn't realize that you was in your early 50s. I thought that you was probably in your late 40s. I did remember you being a little older, but I didn't realize you was in your 50s back then.
Yeah, I was. I'm 68 now.
I didn't realize you was that old back then. So KC, do you remember now?
That nigga say I'm 68 now. Man, how old Compton Rick Rock? That nigga ain't even 40 yet. I mean, yeah, he older than 40. He ain't 50 yet. How old Compton Rick Rock is, dog? That nigga say he's 68 now. You let a 50-year-old nigga knock your ass out at 21. Man, that nigga could have went in your booty, boy. You lucky that nigga wasn't gay. You lucky you ran into a real one. Hey, boy, you lucky you ran into a real one down there, boy. Because what if he wasn't? You know what I'm telling you? What if he wasn't one of them ones, dog? And you over there fucking with this man behind some sugar, and you done got your motherfucking goddamn ass knocked out and your booty took, bitch ass nigga. I know why you came back and you started doing the right thing. That's why you doing all that goddamn content over there, because you don't want to go back to prison. Hell nah, because it probably be this time you probably get knocked out and the nigga put a whole lot of dick in you. Yeah. You ain't trying to go back down there. Yeah. You don't want to feel that pressure. Hey, man, shout out to old school, man, for not penetrating Compton Rick Rock for playing with his motherfucking bread, bitch ass nigga. The fuck wrong with you?
about when we got into the riot with the Asians, and we was out there watching the basketball tournament, and John come to find.
Okay, so I don't know. They might go back to Compton Rick Rock, but I don't know. I'm about to get out of here. I'm anxious now to go see what happened. Shout out to Chill and KC. Shout out to Compton Rick Rock. Let me know what you all think in the comments. But let me go do a little bit more research, even though this is an old fight or whatever. But now I'm just a little bit confused because from what I had seen, a couple of clips I had seen or whatever, Compton Rick Rock again said that he responded, spun back, and got his get back on this. Had to have been on this individual that he squabbled him back up. KC just had no indication of that whatsoever, but there you have it. He says, you heard him. They pushed each other a few times. He thought Compton Rick Rock was about to swing on him. He's a boxer. He looks good for 68. I didn't think he was 68, but he's a boxer. Often hit the bag out there, so he knows how to fight. And I guess he was protecting himself, thinking that Compton Rick Rock was finally about to swing. And now I understand a little bit more why he kept asking, "Are you serious? Are you serious?" I'm like, what are he asking that for? But, well, because they were cool. Seemingly, apparently, from what he's saying, like this came out of nowhere from Compton Rick Rock. So he didn't, know to take this serious or what? Like, are you serious?
Man, I'm about to
you won't have my sugar? Yeah, I'm serious.
I
ain't happy.
What this nigga at?
Then it went from there.
Yeah, I'm about to pull.
But yeah, Compton Rick Rock, as I said, let me go check out his video. But I believe he admitted to all of this and said that it happened or what have you. He said that he almost got knocked out. But again, I believe that he said he got his get back. There was no indication here of that. But let's see what happens. Shout out to Compton Rick Rock. Keep doing your thing, man. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. But that's what happens though. You go to well, I don't know about that. But it's violent inside a prison, any prison, actually. And it doesn't really matter. There are some that are more violent than others, of course, but all of the prisons are violent.
Yeah, fuck that. We about to pull up. We about to pull up what Compton Rick Rock talking about. Like this happened. Okay. He talk about it. Compton Rick Rock almost get goddamn spawned back for revenge. Okay, that bitch 30 minutes. Okay, I know he probably blocked. He probably try to strike my page. I can't lose my main page, so I'm about to go ahead and end it. And if y'all want to see his version, y'all gonna have to come and show your little broadcast. I bullshit you not. I'm about to go and end this motherfucker right here. And shit. Yeah. Hey, motherfucker. Yeah, we're gonna pull this one.
You're now watching Compton Rick Rock TV. Let's get to the content.
Squabble up, man. What y'all know about a good old-fashioned squabble? 1, 2, 3. Put them to sleep, man. Some of y'all don't know about that. Some of y'all like to get that thing and y'all like to do that first. Man, y'all don't know about these. But anyway, man, about a week ago, I did a video about a brother named KC, an older brother, man, which I thought might have been deceased. No disrespect, because he was an older guy back then. And I know that had to have been well over 24, almost 25 years ago when I was a youngster, fresh in the penitentiary, fresh off that streets, fresh out that juvenile hall. All them, them when you was a youngster going through the system, we had to squabble up. Wasn't no turning down, no fades, none of that. You had to have a squabble on you. But anyway, I did a video on that, and man, they went and found the brother KC. So y'all gonna have to bear with me. I'm gonna do 2 videos. A lot of people, they get on here and they talk about they wins. You rarely hear somebody talking about when they took a loss or almost took a loss, got slept or slept. They always talking about when they slept somebody. In this case, I told a story this before they even hit the internet. I told a few of my folks. I said, man, it was an OG man who taught me a lesson when I was younger. And they were like, what's that lesson? Man, don't do all that talking. You about to get down with somebody and you got in your head, get off. Don't do no talking, just get smooth off. In this case right here, I like I say, I went to work in the jailhouse and I was off that Pruno by Jungle Joe from BPS, man. He made some of that wine. I went to work and man, this OG right here firing on me, talking that crazy stuff I was talking. And then we ran it back. Y'all want to know what happened after that? All right, so they found him. Y'all seen my side of the story. Let's go to 16 to life. The reason I tried to knock Compton Ricc Rock out in Ironwood. And then we're going to get to the next video, which was Ricc Rock came back for revenge. Man, this OG got a memory on him. Let's get to this content. We ain't going to wait too much long because it's a little long video. But before we do that, man, y'all know what to do. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Now let's go. All right, let's get to the content, man. This is 16 to life. Let's go.
Say, what's cracking, YouTube? It's your boy 16 to life, and I'm back like I'm on a parole violation. Yard down. Y'all already know what it is, man. We back on another interview, man, and y'all see the title. Yeah, I almost knocked out Ricc Rock. So we got the homie KC in the house. What's going on, KC?
What's up? What's up, Big Chill?
Oh, man, I'm just chilling, man. Hey, it's good to holler at you again, too, man.
Hey, you too. Long time no see, man.
Most definitely. So everybody, you know, if you keep up with Compton Ricc Rock's page, a couple of days ago, Ricc Rock did a story saying, I almost got knocked out. And he was naming a couple people who was there. And this is the man he said that almost knocked him out. Then he said, man, that was...
Definitely. Don't get fooled. This is the big homie, man. Both of these dudes right here, I did time with, man. Me and Chill used to rap on the yard. You know, you had the little rap crew back then. I thought I was a rapper. Well, you know, I was good at what I did. But the OG homie right here, he used to hang with the homies, man. Don't get it twisted. He's a little older now, but dude definitely was one of them. Wait, get to all that. Let's get back to the content.
So long ago, he said, I don't know, man. KC might be dead. Who knows? Rest in peace, KC. The man had put you in the grave, gave you a funeral and everything, man. I said, oh, man, KC's still alive and kicking, man. So I said, let me reach out to KC and see if I can bring him on here, man. So here he is, man.
Yeah. I don't know why he put me in the grave so early.
Man.
So KC, how long have you been out?
Since 2013.
Since 2013, yeah, because that was a while ago. I think that was back maybe about 2001, 2002. So you remember Ricc Rock, right?
Yeah.
You remember the incident and all that old type of stuff?
I couldn't forget it if I tried.
Hey, so tell us, give us your version, because you told me a different version from what he remembered, right? So give me your version, man, of what happened.
Okay, Ricc Rock was Compton's finest, right?
Right.
And he's a good dude, but he had some bad, I would say, mentorship.
Right.
And
so he was down there trying to push a hard line, huh?
Yeah, he was, because a lot of people, you know how it go. People come to prison and other people pump them up and they think they have to live the prison life that they think is prison life, but it's really not. Right. And so he tried to become the bully on the yard and, you know, no nonsense and all of that stuff. And he decided, because we were in the bakery and, you know, all the prisons had became sugarless. So when there's no sugar in prison, you know, in the bakery, we had sugar.
All right, so y'all wonder what he's talking about. First off, you know, when you're young and you go to jail, of course, man, I don't call it bullying. I just call it, man, we were just wild, young, coming from that juvenile hall system into this world right here. And you thinking like, man, when you see penitentiary stuff on the TV, you think, okay, I got to get cracking. I can't be up in here, you know what I'm saying, on no soft stuff. You got to be hard as a rock, man. You got to be tough, man. But anyway, a lot of y'all wonder what he's talking about when he say the prisons were sugarless. Now, let me explain something to y'all. In jail, sugar is like having gold on the streets. If you got sugar, that means that you could make the best wine. The more sugar, the more potent the wine is, the liquor. Now, we used to make the Pruno, the White Lightning, in order for you to get that stuff that'll catch on fire with that blue flame. For y'all that been in jail, y'all know what I'm talking about. You got to have a lot of sugar in it. Let's get back to it.
Real sugar,
And
right?
Real sugar. And, people would buy sugar, and all the wine makers and lightning makers would buy sugar for $200 a pound.
Right.
Right.
So if you didn't have nobody sending you money, that's how we hustle.
And let me just stop you real quick and explain to people that's never been to prison. Like he said, man, the prison had became sugarless. They had took the real sugar due to people making Pruno, making White Lightning. Dudes would get drunk, want to fight the police, want to fight each other, so on and so forth. If you haven't been to prison, you may not realize the importance of having real sugar, and then for your coffee, for the dudes who made tea and all types of stuff. So yeah, that was an extremely hot commodity. And where he was working in the main kitchen, not the kitchen building that's on the yard. He was working behind, they used to call it work exchange. He had to go back there, and that's where all the main foods was, and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, we would cook for the entire facility. And we had powdered sugar, and we had real granulated sugar. And all the winemakers would buy the sugar for $200 a pound. And Ricc seen us making money, and he decided that he wanted in on the sugar.
You damn right I wanted in. Man, I found out how much money they was making. I've been a hustler my whole life, man. I was out there slanging when I was a youngster. So when it come to that paper, man, I'm going to find a way to get me some. And I said, man, they making what? When I found out, man, I said, you know what? I need you, and you. I need in on this. But you know what? When I did the video, I thought it might have been over the cinnamon rolls. But now that he's saying the sugar, I done had so much squabbles up in there trying to, I ain't going to say bully nobody, but man, I want to in on everything, man. I ain't no way on earth we fist to be up in this kitchen and we black and I ain't getting none of you crazy as hell. I need some of that money. So we're going to finish this story, man. Let's go.
On the sugar thing. So he told his homeboy out of Compton, from now on, when you get sugar, half of it belongs to me.
So once again, Ricc was back there on his bully tip, huh?
Yeah, he was. He really was. And, he came to me and he said, because his homeboy said, okay, I'll give you half of my sugar. And then he came to me and was like, from now on, when you get half, I want half of yours. Well, I'm old school. I can't do that. And I told him. And so one incident led to another. We went to pushing each other and talking. And I looked at him and I said, are you serious? And he said, yeah. I told him, let's go back in the cart wash. The food carts?
Right.
The cart wash back there where you wash the carts. I said, let's go back there. He said, no, get out where you get mad at. So he pushed me. I pushed him back. I looked at him and I said, are you serious?
And that was the mistake that I made. Man, clap to this, man. Now, this is one thing that you gonna learn from them OGs, man. And I learned a valuable lesson this day. And what did I learn? All that talking, walking up on people, letting them know what you about to do. Nah, if you really that mad, get off. Don't do no talking. Don't tap nobody on the shoulder and give them, hey, I want to fight. No, get down. In every sense that, man, that was my MO. After this right here, this lesson right here, man, my MO was I'm getting off. Ain't no talking, none of that. I don't care where we at. I'm taking flight. And that's what I learned from this OG right here.
Mind you, Ricc is about 21, 22. He's about 6'1". I'm in my mid-50s.
Sorry to cut you off, but Ricc, he also had a nice little size on him back then, too.
Oh, yeah, he worked out. He was chunky. He was kind of, he was in shape.
Right.
If we had weights, Ricc probably would have had some 22-inch arms.
Yeah, he was
okay.
He was a big youngster, and like you say, especially for the fact that we didn't have weights. All we had was dip bars, pull-up bars, and could do push-ups. Some dudes would make a big sandbag out of sand, but yeah.
That ain't how I got big. I'm going to tell you, let him finish and I'll tell you how I got on swole up in there.
Due to the fact that we didn't have no weights, he was extremely, he was a big dude.
Right.
All right, so this is how I got swole. We worked in the main kitchen. The main kitchen is where they got all the food at. So the guys that was on the regular yard, they had like regular food, but us back there, we used to make our own food. So we used to get all the chicken, all the protein. Me and Snipe from schoolyard, we used to be back there lifting those metal pan tops. So we'd take the metal pans and we'd put like 50 of them, tie like a string around them on each end, and we'd be in there curling. And then we'd get the bench not the bench, the cart that you put the food trays in, and we'd go back there and we'd bench press those. We'd do push-ups, and then we'd do dips off of those. But every single day we'd eat. We had a thing called eat and buff. So we'd eat, and then we'd go do our workout every single day. So, of course, we got a little bigger than half the dudes that was our age on the yard.
And I told him, I said, I can't do it. He pushed me. I pushed him back. He pushed me again. I said, are you serious? And I pushed him. And I used to box, okay? So when he came at me to push me again, I thought he was swinging. Now, anybody been to prison know how prison works. I hit him with a straight left jab, a straight right, and a left hook. That was it.
Nigga, you ain't hit me with that many punches. Hey, but listen, it was whatever he hit me with, it was boom, it was quick. I looked at Wes from Bounty Hunters. I said, man, did this dude just found me? I'm talking about he talking about he was in his 50s. He had to have been in his late 40s. I don't think he was in his 50s. I don't know. But I tell you what, to be that age, man, them jabs was fast and quick. I've never seen nobody swing that fast in my life.
So you served him, and that's crazy, right? Because your name is KC, and so it's close to KFC. So you served him with the old KC 3-piece, huh?
left hook, and he went down. He went down, his eyes rolled in the back of his head. Did he pass completely out? No. But his eyes rolled in the back of his head. He was, you seen those fighters when they go down, they're not completely knocked out where they sleep, but they're down, they can't get back up.
But he was woozy, huh?
He was real woozy. And
so let me ask you, let me ask you this. Let me interrupt one time more. So when he came talking about I need half of your sugar and all this and that. So before then, you and Rick Rock, y'all had a good rapport. So you that's why you kept asking him, are you serious? You thought he was playing, right?
Yeah, we was cool.
Yeah.
We were really, we wasn't friends, but we was cool. We was
cool till I found out how much money they was making. When I found out how much money it was making, I said, boy, I need in. Now, everybody got their story, man. He's victorious in his story, man. My story gonna be victorious in our story. But, that's just how I go, man. This is still my OG partner, man. He was my OG partner back then. Good dude. It was just one of those days, man, when you in jail, man. This stuff happens, but this still was one of the solidest, one of a solid OG that I met back then, because he definitely used to run with us. He was cool, man. KC, man, salute to him. Shout out to him.
Cordial, polite to each other and all of that stuff. So when he did that, I'm like, he has to be joking. And his homie Payroll told him, said, hey, man, he's not the one you want to do that to. I was with him on the 4-yard. All that dude do is fight. And Rick Rock told him, oh, you just scared of him. So when he did it, I did what I had to do, and, it ended the way it did.
Right. All right, so let's go over here, man, to 16 to Life. Let's go to his channel, man. We're gonna do that at the end. Now, this is when I came back for my revenge, man. When I came back for my revenge, I wasn't lit this time. I said, nuh-uh, I ain't going to work faded no more. And I also learned the lesson. Don't drink and leave out that cell. So let's get back to this part when I came back for my revenge. Let's go.
Hey, what's cracking, YouTube? It's your boy 16 to Life, and I'm back like I'm on a parole violation. Yard down. Y'all already know what it is, man. We back on another interview. Once again, we got KC back in the house, man. KC, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing real good.
That's what's up, man. So, like yesterday, KC, you reached back out to me, man. You said you wanted to do another interview. You said you wanted to do a part 2. I guess you had read some of the comments, and you said some people was asking, hey, man, what happened? What happened to the second fight and all that old type of stuff? And so you just wanted to do that, right?
Yeah. I'm old school. You got to tell a whole story, because there's always three sides to a story: his side, my side, and the truth.
Right.
And so unless you get everybody's side, you can't determine what the truth is.
And then so when we did the interview last time, just keep it official. Me and you had talked. We had talked about doing the interview because you had told me you had started going to the pen like somewhere around in '78, and then so we had set the interview up. Then after that, I sent you the link to the Ricc Rock, because I said, look, Ricc Rock did a story talking about you. Is it cool if we talk about this? And I sent you the link to it. But then when we got ready to do the interview, I said, hey, did you get a chance to see the interview? And to be fair to KC said, no, I didn't get a chance to see it. KC drive trucks or whatever. So he didn't get a chance to see it. So when we did the interview and then he spoke about the first fight, I didn't want to just be messy and say, well, hey, man, what happened to the second fight? Ricc Rock said it was a second fight. But so since you didn't bring it up, I didn't want to bring it up. And that's why we didn't go into that. Right. But then, like I said, upon KC reading some of the comments, he said he felt he should be fair and talk about that as well, man.
Yeah, that's right.
So okay, KC, let's hop right into it, man, because everybody wants to know, man. So let's get right into it then.
Okay.
So how long did the second fight happen after the first fight?
Probably a couple of days. Because we both had to go back to work. I think we had different schedules, but
yeah, we had different schedules. That day was my off day. I believe that was the same day my brother passed away. I had found out that night. So after all this commotion, I find out my brother passed away, man. So yeah, my brain was all over the place, man.
Day or so. So we got into the second fight probably 2 days later.
Correct. Now, after the first fight was cause like you said at that time, man, you was in your 50s or whatever, Ricc Rock, he was running around, off the chain with the business, so on and so forth. Did you have any feelings like that it was going to be another fight? Did you think everything was over, or what was your feelings on that?
Actually, I thought everything was over. And to be honest, a lot of guys were trying to, I guess, pump him up. And I went to him and said, look, man, don't let these guys pump it up for us to get into it again.
Right.
And he told me, straight out, he said, nobody's pumping me up. He said, I need that. Okay.
And so the first fight, he said he was drunk, and then you were saying that when we talked the second time, you said, yeah, he was drunk. So he was drunk the first time?
Yeah, he was had been drinking.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I can't determine if he was drunk or not, but I mean, I don't know how much he drank, but he had been drinking.
And then, so what happened leading up to the second fight? Explain that to us.
Well, after he said he needed that, I said, okay, and we both got back to work. And then we got back to work, during our break, like all the staff leave out the central kitchen and go to the staff office where they have their lunch. And then we all in the back and where we have our lunch at, or dinner, or whatever time it was, right? And so Ricc Rock said, you ready? I'm like, yeah. So we proceeded to get in a fight. And I want to say this. I'm from the generation that if you fight and win or lose, you accept the consequences. If you want another fight, you get another fight. You know yourself, Teal, some guys can't accept defeat. And what they do is they go get a gun or a knife if you're in prison.
Right.
To Ricc Rock's credit, he didn't do none of that. He just, I want to head up fate. So I had mad respect to him for that, because he could have got a knife, stabbed me when I wasn't looking, anything like that. But he was straight up with it.
Did you have any concerns about him getting a knife, or did you just feel he was going to be, ahead of fate?
Ricc Rock always said what he was going to do, and he did what he said. If he said he wanted to head up fade, you took him at his word, because he never did anything low. You know what I mean?
Right.
He didn't say, yeah, we gonna fight. Then you look up and you getting jumped. If he said he wanted to fight with you, That's what he did. Fought with you. Nobody jumped in. It was just him and whoever it was. You know what I mean? So he was a pretty honorable guy. So when he said it, I didn't have any worries or anything like that.
One thing for sure, two things for certain. There's a lot of people that can say, you know, I done been in holding tanks with dudes and you know, I didn't caught a dude up in there slipping, you know, me and a couple of partners. And my whole thing was my whole time, even from a kid, man, I don't do jumping. I'm not with no jumping. I always have faith in my squabbles. We get a head up. You fade him, then once you done with him, then man, you gonna run it. But all that jumping, I always feel like that was for busters, that was for cowards, that was for dudes who couldn't fight. I never was with that at all. To this day, I'm not with jumping nobody. That's strictly for cowards and busters and marks, dudes who can't fight. They got to jump somebody. I never was with that at all.
Right. So give us. Can you give us like a detailed version of the fight? What happened, man? Did y'all go fight in the same spot that y'all fought the last time? Walk us through it, KC. Give it to us, man. Give it to us.
Okay. Chill, want that content, boy.
We fought in the same place, right? And you know how it is in prison. Everybody wanted to see what was going on because a lot of people. It was only 3, maybe 4 people tops who witnessed the first fight.
Right.
So when they heard about it, everybody wanted to see what was going on. So Ricc Rock and I, we fought. Okay, we fought. Wasn't nothing dramatic on the surface. I gotta say that there was nothing dramatic on the surface. Nobody got like black eyes and all of that stuff. Didn't nobody like pound each other, but none of that on the surface.
Right.
Okay, but keeping it a buck, it wasn't the same Ricc Rock. He came focused.
Uh-huh.
He came focused and he came on a mission.
That's because my ass went drunk this time.
Right. You know, his mission was clear, right? Now I'm going to tell you some things I've never told anybody else, ever. Okay? When me and Ricc Rock started fighting, you know, we throwing punches. And we both were kind of tentative at first. Ricc Rock's a big guy. So you don't want to rush in there and get two-pieced. You know what I mean? End up on your back looking at the ceiling. You know what I mean?
Right.
And he was kind of tentative because of the previous fight. You know what I mean? You know, you kind of apprehensive, but he was focused. And so we fighting, we swinging, we ducking each other's punches and stuff. And Ricc Rock, I don't know what I was thinking. I'm in there trying to, you know, do all this, move like I was, you know, and he hit me in the mouth. And when he hit me in the mouth, I mean solid, knuckled, I mean solid. Boom! And I said, wait a minute, hold up. I said, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right. So Ricc Rock stepped back, and I looked at him and said, that was a good punch. From now on, that's how you punch. Everybody started laughing.
He did that. He did in the middle of the squabble. He said that. I stopped. I looked at him like, man, what this man? Come on, man. He sit up here playing. This dude really a boxer. This dude really know how to squabble. You don't take it because you thinking this or that. No, dude had them hands, bro. You had to really go in there for real and playing. When he said that, I'm like, oh man, he could take that punch. What else? Man, let me hear up and try to get cracking and knock him, put him to sleep or something. Because this dude, that punch right there, that was the hardest part. I made sure I gave him my all. It didn't put him to sleep.
That's what you told him in the middle of the fight?
In the middle of the fight. But now people thought it was funny, but I'm going to tell you the real. I never told anybody. Ricc Rock hit me so and hard, you know what I'm saying? If you'd have kept fighting after that, it'd have been bad, right? So when I stopped the fight, I was thinking to myself, he got something in his hand. He got a lock or something, right? But it was just a punch. You know what I mean? But I thought I was hit with a rock or something. You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, that's just him hitting. So at that point, when I realized he didn't have nothing in his hand, you know, you make the conscious decision. You don't want to get hit with one of those punches again, right?
Right.
So we kept on fighting and we ducking, you know, all this sort of stuff. So we fought until we got tired. Once we got tired, we stopped and shook hands, we hugged, and that was it.
Right.
Now, On the surface, it looked like just a regular, they was just throwing punches. But the next day, I had ooey knots all over my head, right? Now, even though he would swing and I would try to slip the punch, it's going to catch you. It might not catch you straight in the face, but it catches you, right? And you done been in fights where you didn't got hit and you end up the next day feeling places that you got hit that you didn't know you got hit.
Right, because at the time you fighting, the adrenaline is pumping, you going and all that stuff.
Right. And then your hat don't fit right no more because now you got all these swollen spots on your head, right? I was like, damn. And I had to give him his props. I was thinking to myself, that youngster hit hard, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think he wasn't, you know how some dudes swing for the bleachers and try to knock you out one punch?
Yeah.
He wasn't doing that. He was just regular fighting. Now, I was going to try to be slick and, come in and bob and weave and stuff, but he countered that. He threw so many punches so quick, I thought I was fighting a couple of people. At first, I thought I was getting jumped.
All right. We're going to stop it right there, man. We're going to, that was a good story, man. Shout out to Chill 16, the Life, and the homie KC. Both of these dudes, like I said, I learned a lot from. These dudes is, older than me, but they was G's, man. And yeah, man, one thing for sure, two things for certain, man. This is probably like 24. I was 21 years old when this happened. I learned a lot. And I'm going to tell y'all something. When you young, coming up in this system, when you fighting somebody, y'all mainly going for the knockout, going for the all face shots. You know what I'm saying? What I learned from this was by him always on that punching bag doing his thing, him